Moving on to the Miami Heat and Heat culture. This team was questioned coming into the season, especially losing Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, guys like that. And those guys that performed really well for them to be able to get to the finals last year. And they were like, how are the Miami Heat going to replace that? What's going to be the answer here? Like, how do you let those guys go when you're not going to fill the void there and try to replace them? And the Miami Heat culture, somehow, some way, found a way to do this, and so far having a good start to the season. They started off 1-4 to start the season, but have been 7-1 in their last 8. Now, looking at those last couple of teams there, they beat the Lakers, they beat the Wizards, they beat the Lakers, they beat the Grizzlies, the Hawks, the Spurs, the Hornets, and the Nets. And now you're looking at those teams are like those are teams that are trying to find some consistency, or some teams that are bottom feeders, like the Wizards, the Grizzlies, the injured Grizzlies, the Spurs, who are not really looking to win right now, and the Hornets. You're looking at them and you're going, well, what is that? And you're not looking at the quality of opponents. I'm not doing that for the Heat. What I'm looking at is the consistency they're building throughout their roster. Those are the things that I'm looking at. Obviously, we're going to start with Jimmy Butler, who has just been Jimmy Butler. He's going to be a guy that's consistent. And I think Jimmy Butler is kind of doing the Joker thing, I want to say, kind of feeling out the team, letting the other guys get involved, but still being able to take over at certain times. 21.6 points per game, 5.8 rebounds, 3.6 assists. Obviously, a top forward in the league is going to have consistent play. Tyler Herro coming back, 22.9 points per game, leading the team in scoring, 5 rebounds, 4.56 assists. And looking at Tyler Herro, who has been a scapegoat in all these trade rumors throughout the season and stuff like that through the offseason and the past couple seasons out, honestly, because people just feel like Miami's going to try to get another star. And they have been trying to get another star, but Damian Lillard went to Portland. Other things didn't pan out. But looking at his play, he's coming in shooting the ball really well. I believe shooting over 50% from the field and from three. So kudos for him for doing that. Obviously, they were struggling with him, but he was a part of that 7-game win streak the first 3 games, and really turning it around for the Miami Heat. And obviously, he looks like he's trying to regain that edge that he had in the bubble. Obviously has been let down a little bit over the past couple of years with injuries and stuff like that, but it seems like he's getting back in his footing, and leading this team in scoring is a good thing for the Miami Heat. Moving on to Bam Adebayo, who is just a Swiss Army knife, who has improved his scoring, his rebounding, and his shot blocking so far to start the season so far. 22.7 points per game, 10.2 rebounds, 1.5 steals, and 1.3 blocks. Obviously has been in a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. Looking at him, his impact, and I don't even think he's not even 6'10", he's like 6'8", playing a big man in this league and being able to do all those things and improving his rebounding, his aggressiveness on the offensive end. Those are things that Miami has been waiting for and been trying to do. But leaving the NBA Finals, I think that we saw really good signs of that, where he was upping his scoring and trying to do a little bit more. So over the offseason, you've seen the progression that we're seeing it to start this season. He's playing really well on both sides of the ball, and the ability to do that for the Miami Heat, another good thing in their favor. And that's one of the reasons why they're one of the better teams in the league so far to start the season. A guy that has risen from the dead, Duncan Robinson, who looked like he was out of the NBA last season, who just couldn't get right, especially showing up in the bubble and after that, the season afterwards, but struggled last year. I believe I don't think he only scored 6 points per game last season. And it has really, really, really helped the Miami Heat and seemed to find his form so far to come back this season. 14.3 points per game, 38.9% from three-point range, obviously shooting the ball, getting back to those things that he was doing in the bubble and stuff like that. Being able to shoot like that has been very, 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 very good for the Miami Heat so far, and especially with all the things that they're doing. Obviously, the OGs, Kyle Lowry and Kevin Love, with their ability just to score and shoot, spread the floor there, and knock down some shots and just bring that veteran leadership. Jamie Vasquez has been somehow the Miami Heat just find guys out of nowhere. Jamie Vasquez, I believe he went to UCLA. They drafted him. He's playing really well. Highsmith has been playing really well as well. So just looking at the Miami Heat, just continuing to keep it going. in the words of Michael Irvin, keep it spinning. Somehow just able to just find guys, plug guys, and continue to put them in the right place. You got to give kudos to Pat Riley. You got to give kudos to Eric Spoelstra, of course. Those guys, this team down in Miami just continues to find guys and continues to put it together. So kudos to them. Move